Hi, thanks again for joining me with more info about healthy and nutritious options for you. In case you are new, I'm Kelly Wilson, owner of FitFizStudio.com, and I have just recently launched a couple different options for macro coaching, which is a great option for anybody who is bound and determined to finally make changes to their body in any way, whether it's losing weight, losing inches, burning fat, gaining muscle, or any combination of those. It's totally personalized to you. So you can find that at fitfizstudio.com/coaching and look for the macro coaching options. And I am also the host of the FitFiz podcast. Subscribe to that on any podcast app. And I am also wanting to invite you to my private Facebook community where we can celebrate your victories. You can ask me questions. And today I'm going to quickly talk to you about some basic kitchen staples that are healthy and nutritious and great to always have on hand for backup days when you're in a rush or don't know what to eat, and or if somebody just is hungry and wants something else. And I'm going to start this list with rice. If you don't have a rice cooker, they're pretty inexpensive. I'm sure you can get a million different options on Amazon for not that much money. I love making rice. I like the process of it, and I'm not big on like cooking things. But I like it because you can cook a lot and have it to eat, save it for leftovers. What I love to add to rice, you can add, if you're not that big on rice, you can easily add lime juice and seasonings for instant flavor. Find some seasonings that you like, even if it's just taco seasoning or anything spicy to give it a little bit more kick. Add some lime juice to add moisture, especially if it's been stored for a day or two or a little more. That way you can just have leftovers to eat. So rice, try different kinds. There's lots of different kinds of rice: white rice, brown rice, black rice. And if you just look for it, you can buy it like in the bulk section of Whole Foods, or you can buy, it's in the packaged aisles. But try different kinds of rice. It's great to have on hand, especially if you're not usually doing that. It might be great for a change. You might find out that you love it. Also, frozen veggies. So obviously, fresh veggies are the best pick for to maximize your nutrients. Canned veggies are the worst. Lots of reasons I would not pick canned if you could possibly avoid it in any way. Frozen veggies, they are great because it stores their nutrient density way better than if you were to buy canned vegetables. So are also, great just because even though fresh vegetables are best, sometimes you can't get to the store or you've had them and you don't eat them before they start to go bad, which is unfortunate. An unfortunate truth that we all face. But having some backups frozen, that is always great to have. Also, don't be afraid to buy them fresh and freeze them. I do that a lot, especially for ingredients for smoothies, because when you make it into a smoothie, you don't have to wait for it to thaw or anything like that. Even frozen baby spinach, you can do that. Buy the container, just throw it in the freezer. It's better to do that and preserve the vitamins that you get from it than to buy it and let it sit there for 3 or 4 or 5 days, and then you're like, oh, I better eat this now, because by then they've been chopped off from their roots for several days by the time they go from the farm to the store to your house, and it's losing nutrients that whole time. So it preserves a lot more if you put it in the freezer. Another great thing to have on hand at all times: old-fashioned oats. And now you can find a lot that are labeled as overnight oats, which are a little bit easier to cook, a little bit faster to prepare sometimes. Though beware of the little packaged ones, especially like the Quaker oats that come in like the little packets. And I know I use them sometimes, not the Quaker brand. I need to use the gluten-free kind because of my digestive issues. But watch for those packets. Caution you, because they can really have a lot of sugar, and I'm not a fan of that. That's obviously your choice, but I would rather put sugar on it myself than to have it come with the sugar, or just buy the bulk container of oatmeal, and that way you can add whatever you want. You can add honey, you can add a little dollop of jelly or peanut butter or fruit, all kinds of fruit to make it taste how you want it to taste. So oatmeal, and you can get gluten-free if you can't tolerate gluten very well. Also, well, next on my list was fresh bagged leafy greens, which I already kind of mentioned about freezing them, but fresh is always better, so I'm going to quickly mention that. And fruit that lasts. So when I buy produce, when I'm buying fruit, I kind of think of it in two categories. I think of it in fruit that I'm going to need to eat in the next 1 to 2 days, and fruit that might last more like a week if I'm lucky. So things like uh, bananas, those are questionable. Depends on how green they are. You can buy bananas in two different colors. Buy the really green ones and buy the more yellow ones. That way you don't have to always be running to the store for bananas if you eat a lot of bananas. But apples, oranges, pears, pineapple, some melons, those are going to last a lot longer or stay fresh longer than things like strawberries or blueberries. Sometimes they start to get really mushy within a couple days, but if you buy your fruit in the two categories of eat right away and eat maybe a few days from now, then you'll have more to pick from it, more on hand to hopefully minimize your trips to the grocery store, which will give you more time, which will leave you with more energy, which is what we're all trying to do, right? So I hope that you found some good ideas there. If you have other ideas, let me hear about them. Leave it in the comments. Also, please join my Facebook community. It's a private group where you can share your victories, ask your questions, get new recipes from me, and I'm going to have special little challenges for everybody in the group. So look for the link in the description, or you can just search on Facebook for Fit Fizz Raw Energy Oasis, because this is all about trying to find and preserve and be able to enjoy our energy. Try to have some left over for the good things in life. So thank you so much for watching. Share this with a friend if anybody crossed your mind, and I will see you in the Facebook group. Thanks. Bye.